Welcome to Inspire and Move, the show that inspires you to create, connect, and grow. I'm going to bring you meaningful conversations, aha moments, and all the motivation you need to up-level every part of your life. I'm Ali Aruda, founder of Inspire and Move, and your personal hype girl. I've gone from fashion school to celebrity stylist to corporate marketing to brick and mortar entrepreneurship with my husband, each time learning incredible lessons how to pivot, reimagine, and implement the steps to become successful. I am passionate about inspiring others to live their best life, a life of joy. We have the power to design a life that we love because life is too short not to. The best part is that you weren't meant to do this alone. If you feel like you were meant for more, let me ride shotgun with you, and together, let's get you to where you want to go. Hello guys, welcome back to the show. I hope wherever you are, you're having a wonderful day, start to your day, winding down your day, whatever your day might look like. I am excited to bring today's episode to you, today's topic that was very much inspired by, and the word inspire is key here, but it was inspired by a conversation I was having with one of my best girlfriends earlier today. She trains with me twice a week at Benchmark, and sometimes we have good chats when she's working out, but I don't like to chat too much because I want to really focus on what we're here to do. We're there to train. So small doses of conversation in our rest. And we were kind of talking about growing through a entrepreneurship journey, a journey of change, evolution, level up. There's a lot of different words that we can apply here, but she's recently experiencing and is on the trajectory of a level up. And this is very much something that resonates with me, with both myself and Matt, and our entrepreneurship journey over the last recent while, and has inspired today's topic. And that is seeking inspiration and support for your next level. And I wanted to break this down into 3 different buckets: people, places, and things. And I think there is a lot that can go into helping you get inspired and fueled and ready to take that next big step, take that leap, get ready for the level up. And it might not be something as, I don't want to say dramatic, but substantial enough of a move where maybe you are leaving a very stable corporate job and you want to embark on entrepreneurship. Or maybe it's leaving a relationship. This can certainly be applied in a variety of areas in our life. I really want to kind of focus on entrepreneurship because that is the main focus of the Inspire and Move podcast. So this level up, if you can kind of, think of it as a way when you are leveling up in your business, whether it be brick and mortar or service based, that's each to their own. But going through, people, places, and things, I really wanted to sort of chat through all 3 of those buckets and just provide some ideas, some insights that can help you give a little bit of perspective to your own life and your own thoughts and the moves that you're currently making and things that are part of our journey. So looking at bucket number 1 being people, you can have accountability partners that might not necessarily be people that are in your closest circle or in your business. It could be completely unrelated. Maybe you have left corporate to start an entrepreneurship journey, but you have a really great person from your corporate world, from your corporate life, that could serve as an accountability partner. Those accountability partners will be great to kind of check in on you and support you through your level up. You can also have business besties. And this is something that I've really leaned into personally this last year, largely from a result of getting in the room. That's like the theme of this show, apparently. But going to some of these live events, masterminds, and these 2 kind of work together between sort of event mastermind friends and business besties. I even just got a voice note from a girlfriend of mine who lives in Arizona the other day and had an opportunity that she dropped in and sent me a voice note on. And she had said in the voice note how she was reaching out to some business besties. And I just love that that is a popular term and that many of us, maybe you as well, have leaned into that. And you have business besties that are in different industries as you, but that your main root that you all share is your desire for success, that you are building a business, maybe you're building a community, you're launching a product. Your journeys can all look different, your businesses will all be different, but the root is that you have the same end goal for success and impact, and that you will support each other and can lean on each other comparing notes on, do you have an email list? I don't. What do you use? Do you have a referral for X, Y, or Z? And really always having each other's back. And so those business besties are a super powerful component to this people bucket. That I kind of touched on, the mastermind or event friends. Those are really great from sort of high level. Maybe you don't see each other regularly, but perhaps you like to meet once a year at an event, at a conference, and you enjoy each other's energy. You drop in, check in on what's going on for each other, how you can support. Maybe you're just kind of taking photos and videos for each other at the event itself that can then turn into social content, but that you really look forward to seeing each other at these events or masterminds. And the mastermind component, I think, is really powerful when it comes to those business besties. So if you don't have any business besties, I feel like that's a really great takeaway here and now. We're like 5 minutes into this episode, and this could be just a great little nugget to take away and see how you can add some business besties to your circle in 2024. And then the last one I wanted to kind of include in terms of the people bucket is best friends and friends that love and support you. There is absolutely a space for friends that might not be an entrepreneur. They might not work at all. Maybe they're a full-time mom, full-time dog mom, grandma. It doesn't matter what they are, but what matters is that they love you and they support you. And that is so important as well. That maybe you have time in your calendar on a monthly basis where you just really enjoy spending time with these friends, and you laugh, you cry, you share a nice meal or drinks, you go bowling, do something fun. I love talking about business and dreams and goals and plans, but it's not a topic that you probably want to talk about all the time. Sometimes it might be nice to talk about where you're going to vacation next or get some vacation ideas. Or if you're a sports lover, talking about the Super Bowl or the NBA draft. Those conversations are still important as well, and I think it's very powerful to still have space for just real life chats. Or maybe you're going through a crummy time and you just need to have a supportive chat. Those friends, those best friends that love and support you, are an integral part of that people bucket. They will celebrate your wins. They will have your back when something goes sideways, and just have that love and respect and time for you. So ensuring that we have kind of like a nice, well-rounded bucket of people in our life when we are getting ready to go to that next level, and that you have support from them, that you're seeking inspiration from them, and just pouring into one another. Next, I want to go to bucket number 2, places. And this is another broad, broad bucket. I wanted to share a few places that work for me. One of them, I always like to share that I'm obviously very biased about gyms and communities within gym walls. We love our community at Benchmark Fitness, the gym that Matt and I own together. And it has been so truly amazing to just watch the evolution of our community over the last nearly 5 years, and how we've just had some incredible relationships become stronger and stronger. And so I think, especially if you have access to smaller gyms and studios, I think the capacity for building these special, more deep relationships just allows greater access for that versus some of those larger gyms. However, I could be wrong. It's been a really long time since I've been a part of a big gym. But in just my experience personally, those smaller, more intimate gyms really, really thrive on building a community, and they're really passionate about it. And within that community, you will have support and people cheering you on when you're going to that next level. I also feel like coffee shops could be a really great spot for inspiration. Maybe not so much the support piece, but gathering inspiration, because that's really important for you as well when you are going to your next level, is how and where are you seeking inspiration. So maybe you're just mixing up your environment for a work day. If you work for yourself and you are batch creating content, you are working on an email list, you are working on a book, a big pitch, whatever you might be working on, if you have the ability to reroute your place of work, go to a coffee shop. Maybe you have a regular coffee shop that you love that provides some inspiration, but maybe you get in your car, you take an Uber, and you go somewhere different. Matt and I try this sometimes where, we have a coffee shop that we love and it's right around the corner from our gym. And one of the greatest things about that is that we always see people that we know, whether it be people from the gym, people from our neighborhood community. But sometimes that can be challenging when you want to just kind of drop in and focus on something that you are working on. Or, if the two of us are trying to have a meeting about business, it's just a bit more challenging. It's like this love hate about, places that are close to you and you're really to integrate it into the community. So sometimes we enjoy hopping in the car, driving 20 minutes and going somewhere else. And, especially if we've never been there before, how can you not be inspired? Maybe you look it up on Google, you check their Instagram, you get excited about trying something new. Maybe they have a funky, cool latte that you want to try, and you make the time to go somewhere different and really, really seek that inspiration of the change of your environment. And this can also roll into other environments. I love hotel lobby bars. And I'm going to take it one step further. I love luxury hotel lobby bars. The people watching is just outstanding. And I think that can tremendously impact inspiration. Thinking about like, what's their story? Where do you think they live? Do you think they're a local here? Do you think they're traveling for business, traveling for pleasure? And, really let your ideas flow. And this like brainstorm effect of people watching. But then you look at the menu and yes, you're going to spend more on your cocktail or even your coffee. I feel like you get an Americano, it's probably going to be like $9, maybe more. Who knows? I'd rather have a glass of wine or champagne and just sip it and enjoy and just really take in the sights and sounds, the scents. I feel like hotel lobby bars, especially the luxury ones, they really play on the senses and can really help you get inspired. If maybe you are looking to go to that next level and you have a big money goal, well, I'm a big believer of putting yourself in that environment. Maybe I'm not in a position where I'm going to be staying at the Ritz-Carlton for a 5-night vacation, but I can certainly find the dollars to go and purchase a glass of wine, an overpriced glass of wine for myself, and feel the effects of the luxury environment. Thinking of that, putting yourself in the environment of where you want to be, how you want to feel in that next level. So I think those lobby bars, or maybe you're just going for a staycation, screw the drink component. Why don't you have a 24-hour experience? I think there's a lot of power in that too, really immersing yourself in the experience of the environment of how you want to feel for that next level and seeking inspiration. Maybe quiet, maybe you go for like a solo staycation and you just really enjoy the environment and get that surge of inspiration that you need to go to that next level. Write the book proposal, write your course, come up with your business plan. I love that about taking ourselves out of the environment. Nature, also amazing from a place option for bucket number 2. Spending time in nature. Now, depending on where you live, maybe you have access to the desert. Maybe you have access to the ocean. Those are 2 of my favorite environments, but I don't live, unfortunately, near either of those. So I will enjoy those places when I travel. And travel is a big part of this bucket as well, but that certainly has the largest investment. Sometimes I actually get a lot of inspiration on the airplane, depending on what my trip has looked like. When I traveled for my previous corporate job, I would sit by myself, and I always got a lot of inspiration by myself, sitting, especially on the descent, looking out the window, descending, really feeling grateful for the opportunity to travel and where I've been, if I'm especially coming home. And I think having that sense of gratitude that's beautifully woven into the process of seeking inspiration can really have beautiful results. So thinking about, where can you take yourself? Maybe it is just on a nature walk. Maybe it's a hike. Maybe you just stand outside with your feet in the grass and enjoy some grounding. But being in nature, being in quiet, and immersing yourself in a different experience, a different environment, a different place can really help turn on those creative juices, get them flowing, and really kind of drop into that process of seeking inspiration. The third bucket is things. And this is a fun one as well, because I think this is a big part of, in my opinion, entrepreneurship, the entrepreneurial journey, is where you seek inspiration from. How are you constantly pouring into your own mind? With what are you consuming? I love the expression of positive propaganda. I think it is so, so powerful, because thoughts become things. And what are we thinking about? What are we consuming from a book standpoint, television, podcasting, podcasts, that if these are positive things that are providing great insights of things that have worked from people's masterminds, live events, books, businesses, building a business, selling a business, there are so many incredible shows in so many different categories that can really speak to what you might be in the need for. What are you looking for? And depending on where you are on that journey of going to the next level, you might have to pull from different categories and different experts in their fields, but really being mindful of what you're consuming, because you want to ensure that you are consuming things that are really supporting that process of getting to that next level. So being mindful of those books, audiobooks, podcasts, people kind of is a part of this as well, to be totally honest. If you have a lot of negative Nellies and naysayers, that energy not going to work when going on your next level. And this friend that we were chatting with this morning, even like a group chat, if you're on a group chat that just is sucking you dry, that maybe you don't have the energy to contribute to it, but you're still in the group chat. So you're still getting, 38 alerts in an hour or in a day. Both are a lot. But if it's not something that's helping you move the needle forward for where you are and where you want to go next, why? How can even scrolling those 38 text messages, that might not take you long, like, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes if you read them all. But let's call it 2 minutes. How else could you be spending your time with 2 minutes? 2 minutes, maybe that's 2 minutes longer at the gym. Maybe that's 2 minutes longer on your dog walk. Maybe that's 2 minutes longer on your nature walk and just enjoying fresh air and beautiful sights. Being really mindful of who has that time and energy, and the places as well, and the things. All of these just combine together to really help you get to that next level. Everything works. It's like everything has an energy, and how they all work together to propel you forward on that next level. And just kind of circling back here on the notion of things, I think I got really excited about the podcast and the books and positive people and energy. But it's even, what we watch on TV. Matt and I love a good TV show, and we've just wrapped up a few really good ones. And so often I do it to myself and to ourselves. We're like, we should actually be reading. Like, instead of watching Griselda, which was a fire show, we should probably be consuming something more positive, or even just having a moment of like grounding music. What do you listen to music wise? Do you have quiet time to journal? And that doesn't necessarily need to be, writing down everything that happened on the weekend. It could also just be journaling your thoughts, journaling your emotions. What big ideas do you have? What are your big dreams? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to get to? If it's you in your journal, you can write down anything you want. You want to make $1 million? You want to make $5 million? You want to sell your company for $5 million? Write it down. Write it down. I have had some incredible life experiences that have come to fruition after writing it down. And this is something I actually like sharing with you guys here, right here and now. I want to get back into a better practice of that, journaling for intention, not just kind of documenting, if that makes sense. The intention of, what am I working on? What am I dreaming about? What do I want to do and achieve, versus the happenings in my life. I like that for memories and really documenting what happened on a vacation or a business trip, day by day, the connections I made. I think there's so much magic in that, of having those memories, but also there is so much power in writing down your intentions. What are you working towards? What do you want to do and achieve? And even little things in terms of the things is the shower. I don't know about you, but I do a lot of thinking in the shower. If I could have a whiteboard in the shower that, didn't wash away, I feel like that would be really effective. But maybe, you do a lot of thinking in the shower, and you have a notebook or post-it notes right outside your shower so that you can drop down big ideas that kind of drop in when you're in the shower. Shampoo, conditioner, little hair mask, big ideas, write it down. And lastly, walks. We sort of talked about that in the places component, the places bucket, about nature walks. But I think just walks, and you can have these beautiful solo walks, dog walks, walks with your partner. Maybe you want to listen to a podcast together, consume something positive together. Matt and I will do this. we also have 3 dogs, so it's not always the most peaceful walk when you have 3 dogs at 3 different paces. But listening to a podcast together, maybe it takes up half of our walk, and then we debrief on the podcast for half of our walk. And the offshoots of that could be big ideas, or just sort of working through things in our business, things that are working, things that we're stuck on, those little minute details that you can kind of work through together, whether it be yourself, your business bestie, your partner. I think that is a really lovely thing to add to those things bucket as well. And as I kind of mentioned earlier, that all of these things carry energy, and all of these different little bundles of energy, they all work together, and they will all work harmoniously to help you really get to that next level. But we are in the driver's seat of our lives, so we also need to take responsibility and take positive action of what we're doing, the people that we're with, the places that we go, the things that we do, how all of these work together that will help support us, will help inspire us to get to that next level. So I hope that these little nuggets today have inspired you. I feel like I need to take action and notes on some of these things just myself that I shared with you guys. And that's kind of fun with the podcast, is sometimes these are just real life things that inspire topics of conversation and topics that I get to share about and chat with you. So if this resonated, drop me a DM at Inspire and Move on Instagram. I would love to hear from you what really resonated. If you're stuck on anything, I would love to help. And until next episode, see you soon. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, it would mean the world to me if you took 30 seconds and shared this on social media, send it to a friend, or leave a 5-star review. There is power in community, and I am so grateful to have you part of mine.